Oh, I didn't consider that it would take a couple of seconds before the stream goes live, actually. But well, I've started. I've actually started on time. Precisely. Not that anybody would care, but hey. Right, okay. Come on, why did you not update PlanetSide 2 in the meantime? It's like, oh, updating queue. It's like, literally you had hours where I had everything switched off. And it didn't care a lick to look at, to update PlanetSide 2. Why, Steam? Why do I have to do things manually at times? Because I switched my Steam VR and everything off, actually. The only thing I didn't switch my base stations off, but like I switched my Steam VR off. Oh yeah, right. We're not driving the Boatley. We're driving a KTM Crossbar. Easy to confuse those two. It's not like one is the biggest car most likely in this game, and the other one is the smallest. Probably, honestly, like the KTM is probably smaller than the A10, A110. Right, SM Racing 604. One server, Suzuka, Dry, Connect. Because we were watching replay the last time out. Well, we had camera position. That's okay. Right. Suzuka and the KTM. I think I did that not too long ago even. Lund is back in the front, but he said this was like his first time in the front. When we drove in, what was it, in the ESTs. But I don't think I will beat him this time around. Like, this track combo is still quick for the KTM, but like I don't think it's going to prove itself that quick. Let me grab the link here. So right, okay. Oh, I didn't check the tire pressures to make them outside. Sorry, Mark. It's Lund. But yeah, my KTM is probably gonna struggle a bit to beat the other cars. Like, I've been at the front sharp end once on a race around Suzuka. It was a 2 hour, 30 minutes single driver race with the SRXP boys, like 8 months ago or something. It was multi-class as SRXP usually is. And I finished with my car on the oh, okay. Playing on. Well, I ended up finishing P2. I think? Not quite sure. I think I still did finish P2, but I lost the ability to win the race due to getting too many track cuts. But I was in a very long battle for P1 there with oh, I forgot his name. Hey, good evening. Welcome back. I actually got some real sleep in, and I think that was really the issue for me, because I had absolutely no issues waking up. But when I barely have any sleep, apparently I can't wake up properly. And it starts being an absolute trippy experience when I get briefly awoken and fall back to sleep due to the alarm. But in this case I was very much awake through the alarm, so it's a bit of an alternative line that the Beamer is taking. Man, my car has a lot of menace there. Oh, there's so much under there. There's not much grip apparently out here. Ah, fuck. Ah, that's not good. I mean, it's night here. It's 2 in the morning, like. Oh yeah, right. It's not no longer that overlay on my screen, because my older screen overlay had the same overlay that I'm using in game, and one of the pages shows the time of day, which is right now 2:30 in the morning. I just say evening, I think, out of habit. I don't know. As I said, I don't think that will be happening tonight. I find it interesting, Lund seems to be a very good driver because he's back at the front. Despite that he said during after qualifying in the ST race that it's like his first time at the front. But he's back at the front with his MUQU. I don't think my crossbow will be quite fast enough to go to the front. As I mentioned, I have in the past driven with this car in the front here on this track, but I don't think that's going to happen again. It's not a slow car. Damn, is it nervous around the circuit. Need to definitely run a couple of laps in for myself for this set. Maybe work on the set a bit as well.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful. Yellow flag in sector 3.
Compared to oftentimes this is a combination that I've actually driven quite a bit. So that's my assumption coming in. I mean, 13s that they are turning is not like outside of the possibility of what is possible with the car. I think I've driven down to like 11s with my KTM. It's always like weather conditions and everything. Oh, come on, car. Make the corner. But yeah, this is the final shakedown of the car before the Bathurst 4 hours. And I'm driving on Sunday evening. 14.6. It's not too bad. Although I'm barely scraping by in T1. Trying to get the corner there. Due to the KTM's inherent understeer and underbraking.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Ah, that's way too wide. Luckily this is practice and not qualifying and not the race either, because you can collect track cuts there like Pokemons. Gonna catch them all. Yep, I will do the 4 hours solo. Not the first time I'm doing a 4 hour solo, but well, it's Bathurst. I've been over the last few Enduros that allowed solo being consistently the highest solo finisher, at least in my class. Although I'm not sure, because I drove the SR604 4 hours of solder, if there was any GT3 driver that also soloed the race. Because I know I was obviously the fastest GT4, but I don't know if any GT3 driver. Because most people don't solo these things. Let's face it.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Most people are sensible. Oh, it doesn't mean I'm alone or something.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
I have no improvement on my lap right now. That's great. The one lap that I do cut, I have an improvement, and the next one I can't get shit done. And then I overshoot the chicane here. Oh, my tire pressure's looking. I don't know, I think we have a pit stop on this race, but I'm not quite sure. I think we have one stop in this race. Oh wow, that was an actually good exit there. Still, I need to kind of gain like a second and not tenths here, so that's a bit of an issue. Although, oh, I have a full fuel tank, I just noticed. Because this once in a blue moon was a race set. This thing has a full fuel tank on the car. So we are driving right now with 70 liters in the tank. I'm heavily sandbagging. Oh my. Can you do some unintentional sandbags? Well, yeah, that will obviously weaken my braking performance. Also, I guarantee I'm on brake pads too then. Although I'm not too sure that changes too much with the KTM crossbow.
Slow car ahead.
Oh, completely line wrong. T1 is just a complete mess from me. Coaxing this car to actually turn is a thing and a half. Let's pull up here and go into the setup, I would say. Pretty open brake ducts, all of these things I think are fine most of the way. I don't get an error preview on this car. Yep, we have on brake pad 1. We can likely... Let me just briefly check if we actually have a pit stop or not. Right, switch over to my second screen. Events. This one. Event configuration. Yep, one pit stop. Mandatory tire change. Okay. So we need about like less than 40 liters most likely, just to get to the middle of point of the race. Right. So, anything else left? I move the brake bias rewards, I guess. I mean, I'm using not particularly much in terms of aero. I guess I might stabilize the car slightly by lowering it back down on the ground. Although that will add understeer again, but it's just... what else? What else can I honestly do to get this stabilized? But... Also, what is my tire set 3 looking like? Nothing bad on it, so... drop the car off the jacks and do a couple more laps. Yep. So the buffers, for sure.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Also with my crossbow again. It's just... yeah, it's a good car. It's a good little car. I mean, I'm obviously not taking the Maserati there because the Maserati just isn't competitive on buffers. And also it's like, you wanna die or something. If I would bring that thing. Though honestly, I should drive a few more GT4 cars than KTM Crossbow and Maserati. Genuinely, I think I have not raced any of the other cars. I've test driven the Porsche and the Alpine. And actually also the Aston. But I have not actually raced any of them. I've only raced the KTM Crossbow and the Maserati. Out of the GT4 class. It's getting close here. Yeah, the straight lines are something like... the front end of the field is MUQU. It's not too surprising because the MUQs are the faster car on the straight line. And there's still a lot of straights on this track. Not that the KTM is particularly bad in a straight line. But it's not particularly good either. Like there are way worse cars in straight line, like the Ginetta. Well, the Ginetta on a short straight is very good. The problem is it just tops out. So you're rev limiting very early at 255, I think. And a KTM barely reaches that speed. You can totally drive there. For example, funnily enough, the KTM is better at Paul Ricard than a Porsche because you don't get stuck in no man's land in terms of your gears at the end of the long straight. I had a Porsche behind me in one race and he couldn't pass me on the straightaway despite that it was significantly quicker in the first part. But in the end I could just continue driving without issue. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating. The car's not quite particularly quick. Well, about 1.2 seconds right now off the pace. Honestly, taking like, what, 40 liters off the car seems to not have done much for the pace of the car. That's a bit weird. Yeah, the Cayman is a very competitive car. It might be even completely overpowered in the class. So you sometimes just see basically only Cayman class.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
I think it's because of its straight line. It's sometimes you on straight line focused tracks find the MUQU being picked over it. And man, the tires are not coming up to pressure. Well, yeah, I mean it's the first flyer. They come later on. Do not speak prior to your second flyer, I guess. Because suddenly this car's got a lot more pace. Though now I'm down to 40 liters, so we won't gain much towards qualifying. Get us an exit. It's gonna hurt me down the straightaway. I guess the track is also becoming quicker because the fastest time of the session just keeps on trucking down the road. Like you can pull out 1 second and well, he's now 1.7 seconds down the road. It just keeps moving the goalpost. Completely crossed up there. Come on.
Well done, mate. That's all best.
Starting to figure out T1 again. I don't know what's with these S's, it's just, it feels completely and utterly wrong. It's like I'm bleeding time when I'm not doing anything wrong. Probably not a good run for it to happen. Yep, even worse than the previous one. Because I think there's like 210s probably in the hairpin. And that's about it, what I can get. Maybe the car's too stiff. It's like I can't really make it much softer. I think there's a lack of front area, but I can't change really much on the set. And the car's also quite nervous as well. Oh yeah, there's 210s right at the exit there. I mean, it's not too slow, it's just... you would expect the car to be consistent through the section when you're driving it right against the limit, but it isn't. Hello? KTM? Could I kindly not die? Thanks. Some laps the car will just go through here, no problem. Not bleeding any time. But then the next time around, you just drive through there and the car just goes, well, you lose 2/10. It's a bit like weird. My exits are even worse. I just cannot get better exits out of there. It seems. Oh, damn it.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out. Got the main, this has been your personal best.
So much understeer. The thing is, I don't want to take any more rear wing out of the car because it's gonna destabilize it.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
And the car's already like quite pointy, so... No, honestly, the car's already sketchy enough. Again, I cannot get the exit again. So frustrating, it's just I cannot get this exit right. But you need to do something to the set because the car just isn't quite performing up to the level that it needs to. And that's the problem.
Got some light damage on the front.
That's the problem in one corner summed up. I'm fighting understeer, and then suddenly the car snaps the other way and throws me into a wall. That's the problem in a nutshell. Okay, don't need much fuel for the qualifying session. What do I do with this car? And what we could do is actually put some ARB into it. Because the front had only one click ARB, the rear didn't have any. So I attached the rear ARB and Put 2 clicks into the front. That's going to probably cause even more understeer, but it's just... It's gonna make it less sketch when I drive. And we're going to bring back the right head on the back. Back up. Pressure should be fine. Fuel's fine. Second set, so that's also used. Maybe reduce the steering ratio in all honesty. I can still save the car well enough.
Stay away from curbs.
There's enough steering lock there, it's just I need perhaps a bit more precision in my steering inputs. More softness. Give oversteer to you. That's the problem sometimes. You have these... It's like, oh, understeer is like preferable, and it's like, no. Because you might start driving around the understeer and then the car just suddenly snaps loose on you. If you're understeering constantly, the car may just completely reverse course and change to massive oversteer in an instant. And it is not unusual. Oh yeah, right, on this track I actually used 2TC, I remember. With this car. I actually use 2TC at times. Because the TC otherwise doesn't do jack shit. Which usually is fine with the KTM, but it's just... This track is just a bit sketch. So... Because it's not the Bentley work and just Larry loose exit corners every lap. I need to actually exit sensibly. I need perhaps to use more TC. I should have given more room to the car in front. Oh well. This is just the first flyer. It's a 15-minute session. Okay, fine. I have no clue what my fuel consumption... Yeah, it's about 2.5 liters, okay.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That Camaro couldn't just wait at the pit exit. The pit exit line. Instead had to drive through T1 side by side with people. It's so stupid to do. Didn't you actually... Yeah, you're getting blue flagged, aren't you? Precisely what I thought.
Slow car ahead. There's a slow car up ahead.
It was trying... V8 was trying to hold power. Okay, true. I mean, he's giving up as well. Not like this lap is particularly quick, but due to my oversteer moment in T1, and it being the first flyer. But I just want this as in as a banker for now. How much fuel did I take? I think 16 liters or something. I thought I took 12. But we still have 11 in the car.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
Yeah, just... yeah, it's not gonna be sufficient. Oh, but I have half a second already. Okay. Okay, I get your point, Carl. I get your point. Let's give the car in front a gap. Because I actually have room right now.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
But I need to, when doing so, actually dump heat into the brake disc while we're doing so. So while this guy's running away, I still get heat. Just by driving slowly. Building a gap is so complicated because, like, you're driving slightly slower and the guy in front is just going to, like, not gain time on you. Because he's probably so slow anyway. Just stopping at the end of the lap and just letting everything run by. It's much easier than just trying to gap. Give the car a gap prior to the flyer. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter in this case. Oh my tire pressure is just a mess.
Yellow flag ahead. Good job.
Might need 2 flyers just to get the back up to temperature. Pressure.
There's a slow car up ahead.
My X's out of the hairpin just absolutely awful. I have to note, I've gained like 4 seconds on the car in front over this lap. 4.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Although it is a pretty solid lap now. P1! What? I don't think that will stand, however. I know it would be fast, but I didn't expect that fast. I knew it would be a high 12, but I thought my position was already in the mid 12s at this time. And he was stuck behind him. How much fuel do I have? I have 2 laps worth of fuel. What do we do with him? I'm only 6 seconds behind, so it's not like I can slow down much. And we have a slow M4 in front of that, so it's like... Okay, he dies. You could have died earlier, that would have made my life slightly easier. But okay. Because I could have probably passed the M4. Yes, it's against the rules, but fuck this shit. You're so slow that I can run 5 seconds down on you in a lap. Like, I'm gonna pass you. It's gonna be a painless experience. Because I want my shot and actually having a good time and not just being stuck in traffic here. We aren't that many, we're 26 cars. How the fuck am I constantly getting stuck in traffic here? That must be enough. Although I'm not sure I can improve much on that lap. It was a pretty solid lap. Besides the hairpin. The run after the hairpin wasn't particularly good. Oh, and then the guy retires out of the fucking lap. Oh, fucking brilliant. Okay, and I completely cock up to you. Right, we're just gonna escape. No point, I think. No point, I think, in turning more laps. But yeah, I don't know what happened here that I'm suddenly in the... yeah, sometimes it's really frustrating. This calculator here, thanks. So, right, running about 2.5 liters. Can I trust that number? That's, yeah, nah, I'm not sure I can trust that number. I think that number is not right. Although I can just ask the game, honestly, right now, what my fuel numbers are. Right, let me just briefly ask the game what the fuel numbers are. 2.5. Oh well, game, you agree with yourself at least. So we have a 45-minute race. We're lapping about... I don't think we'll go below... let's just calculate with 12s. Plus 2... 45 divided by mirror recall. Okay. That's 21. 21 plus 2, let's just say, as usual, 23 laps and then 2.5. I'll just get 2.6, honestly. 60 liters. So we're going to take 30 liters worth of fuel at the start. There's less than I had in practice. And 30 liters here as well. We can adjust that later. Right, how did my tires fare actually? Still nothing of note here. Tires are fine. I'll escape back out. And Lund actually beat me. Oh fuck. Lund actually beat me by half a second in the end. Right. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of them might have turned qualifying laps. Now I understand you finally a message because I was like, at 1.5 seconds, what? Like, yeah. A lot of them were turning qualifying laps, so that explains a lot what happened here. And obviously, Lund pulled out another half a second there in the end, which means I only really gained like 3/10 from qualifying to from practice to qualifying, because I was about 8/10 off. But I mean, he might have improved as well heading into the race. But yeah, I mean, compared to the ST race, there's gonna be a lot of more pain into T1 because, well, I'm in the KTM and this thing doesn't have straight line speed. It doesn't accelerate fast. It doesn't have power, so on the start you're just a sitting duck completely. So I won't be able to jump Lund there. We have our mandatory pit stop, so maybe I can tuck behind him closely and just, or behind whoever else passes me, because I predict most likely we'll get a bunch of guys passing us actually before we hit T1. If I lose like 2 positions, that is completely normal. That's within the expectation. Why are people discussing how many laps this race will have? Let's just recalculate that briefly. 45 divided by my recall. Yeah, I'm getting 21 laps. Right, Right, okay, Yeah, provide information for GT4 and then Machino, I think it's his name, something like that, says because fuck us. Definitely sort of agreeable. Right. Right. Okay, a minute still on the clock. Yeah, like me sure. Because fuck us, that's why. Not brilliant. But I wrote that because people were like, oh, 17s and 19 laps, and I'm like, bro, you need to actually calculate with 212s reasonably. The leader might not do that, right? But like, you just need to calculate with that, otherwise you just mess up your numbers completely. You need to go with worst cases in this case.
30 seconds.
Right. Okay. So engine started. Fresh tire set. Should probably put more pressure in there, but whatever. We can adjust that on the pit stop if we need to. Right. But you're definitely gonna need the luck here for the race.
Going double file.
Get the gear.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs. Green light. Go, go, go.
Oh, really bad reaction from me.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ooh. Could have had. Nah, would have been a tough ask to get by the MUQU at the start here. But he was way far back. The challenge is staying behind him. Because that MUQU is quick. Especially in straight lines. I mean, just look at him. Go with it. I'm not quite trusting my car while it's not fully up to pressure and up to temps. Man, just look at it. It's like, what am I having a chance here? Against that, it's just... I have to look more backwards because of the McLaren behind me. McLaren got crossed up, so I actually have the advantage now down the straight. I mean, he's going to make back ground. I mean, look at it, he's gaining. I think we'll... Oh, and I'm off the apex, yeah, but... I think the S's are where the MUQU struggles. Although it may just seem like that. Because the gap stayed roughly the same, it's just it looked visually like I'm getting closer. I mean, just look at it, just see. As soon as there's a straightaway, the MUQU just goes. I just lose too much time in the... Whoa! I've been all the race we can find with those, and then suddenly... Second lap. Get exceeding for track limits there. That corner can also easily give you track limits. Well, there's a lot of places that just can mess with you completely. I don't like how close the McLaren is. Seems like this lap has been a bit slower than the previous one. Well, the others have picked up the pace even further. Oh no! What was that? Oh god. What was that? The car just died mid-corner. There was no reason for that to happen. The car just decided to just pack up and leave mid-corner. Great, now I have to pass a bunch of people as a KTM. Ah, that's frustrating because that was completely unnecessary, but the car just... I don't know what just happened. The car just packed up and left mid-corner. What was that car? KTM moment. Just look at it, and how the hell am I supposed to pass any of these? Yes.
Brother mate, this has been your personal best.
If I lose all the time that I gain here in this section, more or less immediately as soon as the straights open up. By doing absolute stupid moves and pulling them off. That is the type of stuff you put as an LMP2 on GTE cars, not on a fellow GT4 cars. But now I'm the sitting duck again. Now it's just a question of holding on from the Porsche. But Mr. MUQU has also slipstream, so he's gonna even more pull away from me. Not much I can do. That wasn't a good exit out of the section. Actually, the Porsche had messed up the previous corner, so... and then I'm not close enough to capitalize on the MUQU running wide here. That's a bit annoying. Oh well. Seems like the Chevy isn't particularly fast through this section here. All of these people just yeeted into that corner. I don't know, perhaps the MUQU wouldn't be able to pull the tractor that I'm pulling with this car. Where I just lift slightly through the slight bend there, and that way get my car to actually be on the outside of the corner. Let's see, can I pull off the trick? It's going to be a Senna move. He's very wide. Not quite close enough. No, I can't pull that off on a MUQU apparently. MUQU's a bit too quick. And then I bleed now. It's absolutely massive time on the straightaway here.
Gaining on the car heading sector 1.
Yeah. I don't know where the sector beams are, but I think it's probably also sector 2 where I'm gaining. Although I think part of sector I think sector 2 is up till Spoon, so there's also a section where I lose time. Now I'm a bit stuck here again.
The pit is now open.
Oh, we have an early pit window here. Maybe I want to take advantage of that. Maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, about 17 minutes worth of pit window. How much fuel does my fuel calculator predict? 23 liters needed to finish. There's no point in trying to force a pass out of Spoon. The MUQU would be just passing me anyway on the straight.
Car on the right.
Yeah,
Clear on
that's...
the right.
I don't want to how much fuel am I going to take? Safety margin. I don't need that much. Oh, fuck it. It's not gonna revolutionize the world. How much? I should have probably come in already at the end of last lap. That's a good place to just a bit money. I guess heading up to Spoon would be a good idea. Because I probably need to adjust the tire pressures. The hope is not to get stuck in on traffic in the back of the field. Ah, and he's right there. Yeah, I think about 1, 2, 3. I'm having issues with low pressure the entire race. Let's answer them. 13 minutes remaining in the pit window. Just pounce on that. Basically, yeah. Oh, and I have slight damage. I think I will just... do I want to repair it just to get some additional speed? He thought about going in. Guess not. That's the leading Merc Lund with me in. Well, that's interesting. Jack me up. Oh, I didn't check which task it's put me on. Hazard 5 should be a fresh one. Right, okay. What is he still stationary? Oh, I could have perhaps even nearly beaten him out of the pits again. But we have traffic as well. Worst thing. Although it catches him more than me.
Yellow flag, watch out in front.
So mandatory pit stop done. But now the disadvantage part comes in. Because we have no pressure in these tires. Oh, come on! Car. Turn. Well, our competitors at the front obviously still enjoying their all tires, so... Oh, he's struggling to get by the Porsche there. That's not good for him. He might lose the lead because of that.
Slow car ahead.
I don't know why he would come in this early. It just doesn't make sense in his position. And my position was perfectly sensible because I was bleeding time behind those cars. But in his position, it doesn't make sense for him. Yeah, I think I answered your question when the pit stop window opens. I didn't know till it opens. It's a very long pit stop window. Do we have our opposition answering now?
There's a slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful there.
Oh, come on, car, please make the corner. Oh, the car's tripping over itself constantly. But both of us getting so much traffic here, it's so far I haven't been slowed down by it. Oh, come on. Man, these laps are not good, and this is gonna cost me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm not gonna stay half an hour behind you. I'm sorry, but no. You guys can fucking yield at this point, or just finally pit. I thought we wouldn't be caught up, but like, how are they so slow that we drop into the middle of them?
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That we drop in the middle of them by pitting. We lose about like a minute 30 by pitting. Oh, there's the Chevy coming out in front of me. Oh, that's so frustrating because of those people. Because for sure without them I could have had their way better lap. And it would have made the difference actually to beating him out of the pit lane. Man, it just sucks with these people. Also, Irvin's jumped us? There's people that jumped us even. Because of the entire thing. Ah, that just annoys me. Just because these people are just cannot drive with any pace whatsoever. And then think like, oh, we're not gonna even yield to you.
Car on the right.
Sorry,
Clear on the
sorry.
right. Car on the right. Clear
I
on the
did
right.
not plan to dive bomb you completely there. Even though I want to really get past you because fucking hell we've lost so much time there because of these stupid idiots that just slowed us down. Not idiots, they're entitled to race, it's just it's not particularly smart to fight people that have already... Hello! Not again! This has cost me quite a lot of time. And there's actually the Porsche coming out in front of us. Ah, this has been a massive blunder here. Massive strategy blunder from me. And I have to... Oh, come... Drive! Just drive, for fuck's sakes. You had to hold me up for the apex, did you? It's not like I'm getting bullied enough here. With how many positions I got dropped here because of my pit stop. And this pit window is still open for some time. Everybody that stayed out will just have such a massive advantage here. Apparently the Chevy has also pretty good high-speed grip there. Because he enters about as fast as I'm doing the corner. Most cars have to slow down quite significantly for 130R to make it. Chevy seems to have really good grip for 130R. And okay. Yeah, there's even more time in there. Hello, car. Would you kindly actually make the second part of T1? Thanks. I would gladly appreciate if you actually did your job. I know it has to every time miss the bloody second apex because it's done slow. This is just one formation here. I think everybody has now pitted. No, there's one driver in front of us that actually hasn't. Obviously, I'm not gonna complete the move because he has power, so. For a moment, I wanted to lunge there, but it would have been stupid. It just killed me. Right. Anything I can do right now to get by this traffic? Not really. It's like wow, we can actually make this apex for once. I'm shocked.
Window is now closed.
So we've demoted ourselves down to P6 because of my early pit stop. I mean, I'm not London laced. Luckily not a track cut. I was clapping and suddenly gaps me completely. I'm just left completely stranded here. Oh, completely wide here. And then Lund dies. I'm starting to feel bad for the guy. Like starting. It's an understatement. I'm already feeling bad for him. He made the same strategy blunder as me, and except that, well, he didn't have a reason most likely to do it.
Time to the car in front in sector 2.
Yeah, his Chevy is really quick in the second stint now.
Seems a really well balanced car for every section. He's not like slow by any stretch in any. I guess he might be slow on the straightaways than the MUQU and stuff. Or this driver is right now the fastest driver on the track. Could also be the case. But I'm struggling to stay with him. Ah, slide off the road there. I guess that's not enough to invalidate the lap, huh? Even. Nah, it was enough to invalidate the lap, but not give me a track cut. You should at least yield the position to the Porsche. Like that is cutting and gaining an advantage for sure. So he just moved a bunch of meters. Come the fuck on, Camaro driver. Let the Porsche back by. You weren't past him. Oh. I think that was Carter just dumping the other car.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I just get moved out of the way here. It was a stupid move, my fault, for sure. And man, he was cutting corners at this point, and I'm just like, you need to be sent towards the back of the grid. And then I'm below the fucking corner. Ah, not good because I have a MUQU behind me. And here's a good exit. Oh! Oh my god. Okay! Holy shit! Okay! Mr. Rossi, you're not attending any more events here. Oh, where's my keyboard? I'm gonna try something. I'm going to type in the chat and see if I can figure out which chat shortcut. If he's intentionally wrecking me again, I'm going to wait and...
Car on the left.
Okay.
Clear on the left.
We're going to make this simple. Where's my chat shortcut? There. Admin... what? Come on, game. Why of... Well, let's just continue on, honestly, for now. But I need to DQ this guy. Oh, why have you taken away my control over the Give me my chat box back, for fuck's sakes. You stupid game. Give me my chat box back. Intentionally. It seems to not let me get my chat box back. I typed in the chat box, pressed by accident the up arrow, which changed my traction control up by 1 setting. And since then I can't adjust anything. It can't type in the chat box anymore. It's stuck open, but I can't type in it. Oh, that's brilliant. Because I want to DQ the guy. I have the admin password and everything. You're not pulling this shit with me. But I... Oh. Woo. Hey! Ugh. I think I'm just gonna park it. Oh, come on, give me my chatbot. Where's my cursor, for fuck's sakes? Cursor, for fuck's sakes, come back here. Okay? Now. This shouldn't be impossible to type while driving. I think my car's... Oh! So, super sorry, super sorry! Let's see if the admin password is still the same. Or if they changed it enough since then. Oh yeah, which car number is actually that car? I didn't check the car number. Oh, I turned the page and it immediately closed my chat box. But I can open it again. Yay, that actually worked in this sense. Hello game. I don't know where this car number is. You know what, I've just gone park the car in general and just retire. I mean, the advantage is that nobody sees me type in the password. Ah, the password was changed! God damn it! I'm so annoyed that it's that didn't need to end like this, and the guys seemingly have changed the admin password, which is annoying, because I could have then just DQ'd the guy. What was his name again? Gaston Rossi. There's... Okay. So. Well then, I'm just going to end the stream here, because I have something else that I can attend. So I'm going to do that. I'm just gonna play some Pavlov instead. We've started like half an hour ago, so... But gonna be more on time, I guess, for once. Right, all of the pings, let me just clear the pings.
Leaders on final lap now.
It's one of the first DNFs in a while. Yeah, he had left the server as well, so that's good. So he's gone now. I may need to save the replay briefly for exit, just to have proof.
Leaders on final lap now.
Although I don't need proof, I think I have my stream here. That's... I don't know. I didn't notice that after hitting me. Like, I know he caught me because he straight lined the chicane. So... let's be real about that part. But, that's being it. That's not a fortunate outcome, but hey. I was running decently at the time when the race was still going well. I got up to P3, although that was after basically ramming him off the road. I will still say it wasn't my fault, that incident. No denying around it, but like, calm the fuck down for fuck's sakes. It's like, you cannot pull shit like this. It's just, you can't. I thought he was completely spun, so it must have been really hard for him, like, to catch me even despite cutting the chicane there. And then waited again for me to hit me. It's like, ram you off the road on the next opportunity to just, what someone else did in the... It was an ST that I door banked up the hill at Laguna Seca, and then he turned in on me. Like, there was clear intention and retired then. That was that was harmless. I can forgive that, because he was pissed in that moment and just said, fuck you, my race has been shit. Fuck you. That it was obviously awful for me is another thing, but like, I can understand him. Because it's just, there's been a split-second decision of deciding. But that is, like, you take half a minute to, like, get there and pull this off. From the moment that the incident happens to, like, premeditatingly crashing me. And then doing it again. So that's more like 2 minutes worth of just your brain not being able to think this through. And deciding, like, that is a fucking stupid idea and that's not gonna last me for long. Well, right, okay, I wanna play some Pavlov. So I'm going to join out. See you guys. See you, bye bye.